I think we in effect. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. We on here. Live and direct. Yes, yes. Let me see how that's. I think we're good to go. Yeah. We definitely on here. Okay. This is how this joint is working. All right. Kind of excited about that. That's dope. First time on YouTube. YouTube live event. It's your brother Ascended. And we gonna get it in, man. We gonna have a good time with this thing. You know, it's definitely a thriller, but we gonna give it some time. Let some people get up in here. You dig me? You figure deal me? Figure deal me? Cause you know I gotta build up the YouTube again. I'm quite inconsistent with my YouTube subscriptions, so I gotta make sure I start getting back on the ball with that one. But nevertheless, we're gonna talk to the people. All right, we're gonna have a nice little live stream tonight. I mean, let's see how this thing is working. How do I send this link? Yo, there's a lot of navigating actually. I didn't take that into account real quick. The navigation that takes place with getting this up and running smooth and copacetic. You know what I mean? But peace to the family. This is your brother Ascended. And we're gonna talk about some things tonight. Let's have a good time on the live stream. I'm gonna once I figure it out completely, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the streams so that people can come up in here and say what up. And we definitely just all gonna chop it up. For all the outcasts, all the people who are not involved and invoked into the consecration of these holidays, right? These Howard relies, because you reline to the reline source. We're gonna tap into these sequences and get it in. You know what I mean? We're gonna definitely get it in. All right, let me just get this link out there so that people could go ahead and join in with the broadcast. Give me 2 seconds. Could probably rock out with some mellow tunes before we get started, right? It's not too bad, right? Nice vibrational things, right? Where we at? All right, we're gonna get that started up. So just give me a few minutes, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and really get this out there. All right. Alright. Okay, see I got one person up in the house already. Not doing too bad. Hey, one mind is a million minds. That's an absolute fact when we tap into this collective conscious. So we're gonna get it in for sure. For sure. Let me just angle this out though a little bit so we can get this popping. All right, y'all. Peace and love. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? This is your brother Senate, as I said previous, right? We're just going to tap into a little bit of aspects of perspective tonight. You know what I mean? It's a little bit late. You know what I mean? I know everybody's kind of getting into the family festivities of tonight. And just this all around energy going on closer and closer and closer to this winter solstice. We're getting more vibrant, more in frequency, more in tune to the tonations of the universe. So there's a lot of activity going on internally and externally. So we try to connect to all different aspects of this orbit, but you know, not to sound too, we're gonna put it in alignment and make sense of it. You know what I mean? So how do I start off a healthy even when I'm broke? I got you. We definitely gonna touch on that. We can touch on the health situation. But yeah, family, you know, I just want to talk about the aspect of what's going on tonight. I mean, we could talk about the aspect of being broke and wealthy, right? What is the wealth to your health and to the financial distribution of said wealth that you have for self, right? We can even connect the dots into that question based on what this topic is going to be about tonight, talking about grateful beginnings, right? How do you connect, right? I mean, I forgot I had this on. I'll be getting this into my frequency. But how do you connect the wavelengths of your thinking that is far beyond the mundane causes of society that perpetuate these stigmatic renditions of celebration, right? When you're talking about these Thanksgivings, when you're talking about these Christmases, when you're talking about all these pagan holidays, right? When you're talking about your ability to tap in to a space of your spirituality that no longer restricts you to the limitations that society has created a normality around, okay? A lot of the times we see with these very holidays, it becomes tricky because you find yourself into a conundrum of wanting to have the endowment and the sprue of emotion that is found within having family around, friends around, people that you love, people that you care about, right? But not have the sensationalisms that are attached by way of a half truth. If you want to call it a full lie, you could even argue that point when you're talking about just the particulates of these religions, or pardon me, these holidays, right? Because people don't connect the two. These religions, these things that you rely upon within your soul and your spirit, lead you astray from the true substance of what's spiritually taking place within these holidays, which is creating a broke paradigm. So to which end we're broken internally, we're broken spiritually because we're giving off so much of our spiritual juice, our spiritual confided energies, right? Spirituality is, well, I don't want to go too there, but listen, when you understand the balance between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, or the non-spiritual realm, right? The intangible realm of knowing that they're the seens and the unseens, right? Within this base of balance, understanding the physical plate of food, right? Based on all the different recipes that you may have seen the center put out, or you just understand the aspect of knowing to eat healthier. These are all physical applications that transition themselves on the spiritual realm of your thinking. They open up different corridors of your mind that imbue something else into your spiritual fortitude. Hence, where we say there's a spiritual experience within this physical corridor of existence, right? Or more readily, commonly known as having a physical experience as spiritual beings. So there's a wavelength of balance between the two, but I don't want to make it too confusing. So we're going to set that for another day. I'm just starting out with the live stream thing. So we're just going to touch, you know, get our feet wet, you know what I mean? But we're going to talk about that question. That's a really good question. About how you're able to eat healthy while purportedly being broke. What is broke? What is value? What is substance? What is wealth? These are the whole mindset trivias that we have to put ourselves back through. We have to reprogram ourselves through these forms of matriarch, this matrix, okay, this contorted level of our thinking of what we see as value and how we overlook a reservoir of wealth, right? There's a difference between being broke and being broken, And we definitely going to touch into that as well. All right. Especially as indigenous black beings, said black, right? For all the semantics out there, you know, that have their subscriptions and they divide attention into one space of the thought. The said black, so-called black, alongside melanated Moorish indigenous beings on planet Earth, we have a certain connection that it imbues something into our ability to see the world, feel the world, and experience the world on a whole different plane of frequency. So if we lack the ability to tap into these spaces based on what we falsely distribute through our reality as wealth or a lack thereof, this is the first issue. This is the first issue. Quiet is kept. And I don't mean it to sound philosophical. I don't mean it to sound so outstretched that it has no current point of impact. But when we truly recalibrate our ways of thinking and understand who and what we are, what is our value, okay? And how do we tap into that reservoir of said value, we can see the evaluation be very different as it pertains to what is being broke and finding health within our paradigm, okay? But there's a physical realm to that. But I started high, and we're gonna bring it back into the low. Sometimes you gotta come back into the underworld. So you have to know that there's a space of urethra. There's a space of euphoria to be expressed. So that's what we just touched on, knowing that there's a space beyond the value system that we're premeditatively within right now, constricted within by way of finances. So based on that physical realm of the spirit physic dynamic, you probably have heard me mention these things on previous videos talking about spirit physics. This is something that I've, you know, soaked through the consciousness of my, inspiration. You know what I mean? That melatonin that seeped through that third eye just opened up that space of understanding that there's a divine balance between everything that we do in this world. Nothing is more valuable than the other. Nothing outweighs the other. There's a nice sweet spot is what they will call it many times in this physical realm, right? Like when you're talking about playing basketball, there's a sense of being strong with a jump shot while being soft with a jump shot, right? If whoever is on here, I see one person engaged, so peace out to you. But, whomever may be watching, if you're familiar with basketball, you understand the sentiment of ability within the most proficient at their craft, the people who are the Hall of Fame three-point shooters. You will find that their ability to be very proficient at their space in the game isn't just based on their strength, isn't just based on their quickness. It's not based on just one thing, but a culmination of finesse, right? You can't be too strong from the three-point arc because you're going to hit, you call that a brick in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You shoot that bad boy too hard, you're going to hit that backboard. Or sometimes we don't even, sometimes you in the hood, you playing, we don't even count those, you know what I mean? When you get in the backboard brinks, you know what I mean? It's like a break, you know what I mean? You ain't really got the skill like that until you start hitting nothing but net, especially when you get real deep in the hood where you got no net at all. So you really got to pay attention and make sure it actually went through the hoop if you get so proficient as a shot. You understand what I'm saying? But there's a space of muscle memory that finds a sweet spot between the strength that needs to be exerted and the ability to have the finesse, the certain level of touch to put the strength up to do the acrobatics like all these NBA stars may do, or even any other sport. We're talking about basketball right now. Okay, you have the ability to find a balance between your finesse and your strength, right? If I'm 5 foot and I'm looking to get under the rim with a 7-footer, there's a certain level of strength that needs to be exerted. There's a certain level of power that I have to be able to explode from. But when I overdo that, I could miss the hoop. If I'm going around and I throw it up too hard, it's going to go straight over. So you have to know how to almost slow it up and finesse it onto the backboard so it could kiss and it could do all these different things. This is how you find a proficiency through balance. So how does that equate to our realm of health, our realm of perspective as indigenous beings? When we start to connect these dots and understand that within your ability to find the balance between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, this is where your deepest reservoir of health and wealth will reside. So within the physical constructs, you find the lesser of the two dualities, because there is a equal and opposite reaction constantly taking place in the universe. There's magnetic poles, there's shifts that always take place. There's electric, magnetic. There's a balance, there's an up and there's a down, there's a left and there's a right, there's a hot and there's a cold. There's always a balance to the universe. And we got to start to tap back into these frequencies of thinking. So now when you're talking about the physical realm being the lesser of the duality, how do you serve to those respects? There's ways that we navigate around these things as well, right? One of which I would tell you is just knowing how to better spend your funds, how to find wholesale situations, right? How to be able to get your mind back as a foundation, right? The mind is a part of the physical. When you're able to slow down or relinquish, or I won't say that's far-fetched a lot of times when you're just getting started, right? But when you're talking about the aspect of really being able to get a grasp or a hold of your thought and control of your ability to focus, you find that many of the things that make your journey a lot more distasteful find their resolve in your patience based on the fact that the hunger pains that you may be suffering from. So at this moment in time, you may say that, damn, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing cooking on Thanksgiving. I'm detoxing right now. I got myself a nice little blood tonic. You understand this right here? Got some sarsaparilla, some yellow dock root, some burdock root, and we just zipping it up with that right now. You know what I'm saying? But many times you find yourself in a space, man, I ain't got no funds. I ain't got no cash. So does this mean that your health is inevitably on decline because you don't have the physical means to be able to go to the supermarket and purchase different things that inevitably came without these things attached to them, right? The apple that you're looking to get that's organic with the number 9 that has the seeds intact never had to swipe a debit card to get itself into the supermarket or to even create its growing process in the first place. Nature intended itself to cycle through its space of wealth by way of a seed simply being planted in the soil. This is how the apples, this is how the fig trees, this is how the beautiful things that we see about life blossom and bloom. But they didn't have a bank account or a credit score. You know what I'm saying? They weren't broke or rich. But we could say they were rich, they're nutriently rich, right? They had a richness in their nutrients and their substance. Right? So how do you open your mind to say, well, being broke can't change overnight? I mean, it can, but many times, if we're realistically speaking, just because I may give you this information of how you could distribute your funds and how you could better plan and pool your funds in a better, efficient manner, it may not happen so effectively, right? I could give you this information right now, but you may still be broke if that's the question. Right? But hypothetically speaking, let's talk to this thing hypothetically in a general sense. You'll still be broke. You still won't have the money that you need to go ahead and have a full out shopping spree tomorrow. So what do you do about the hunger pains tomorrow when you're still broke right now? How do you deal with that interval portion of tribulation? By understanding the trial, right? Understanding the way in which you find triumph, which is through the power of the mind over matter, right? Because the matter don't matter. When you talk about quantum physics, you're talking about the ability to look beyond just a space of what is physically put in front of you. There's things on a quantum scale, on a molecular level, that's constantly shifting through our paradigm. So these are things that are not out of your ability to tap into as Black indigenous beings. Right? Because there's a space, there's levels to this shit. Let's put it like that before we get out, because I keep diverting into certain other things. That's I already know myself. That's going to take me somewhere else. But nevertheless, your health doesn't have to be declined because you may be broke. So long as spiritually you are not broken, you will find a space of equilibrium to be met within your abilities to see a successful transition in your health paradigm. Okay, many times we feel because we don't have everything to fit our suit, right? They always say beggars can't be choosers. So sometimes we can't choose the most comforting space of our existence to move forward in the ways that we feel is most befitting. But on the very contrary, on the very opposite of that balance, right? With comfort, there's discomfort. right? And many times we're focused on one element of the thing, not understanding that there's a balance to be found. You'll find that the most beautiful diamonds are created through the pressure that it probably in this reality never would have asked for, right? You would never would see the value in being broke. You would never see the value in being under pressure in a certain realm of your experience, because we fail to connect these dots and connect these algorithms of how life is showing and expressing itself through health and through wealth. Again, this ain't supposed to just sound philosophically sweet. I'm giving you the substance on a different scale, because a lot of the times it's our mindset that stops our ability to be healthy. Stress is the foundation to any poor relationship with food, right? We could swing it that way. I almost stumbled on, but you're gonna swing it. Stress is the precursor to any poor relationship with food. With poor stress levels, okay, or high stress levels, let's say that. With high stress levels, you will find that anything could permeate into the body's biochemistry that could create a situation that you don't want. Maybe high blood pressure, maybe cancer, maybe just be depression, constantly in your mind, overthinking. And these things spew over into the spiritual realm, but we won't stay away from the spiritual realm, because I'm gonna keep it balanced into the physical dynamics right now. Like I said, I want to touch on it earlier to give that euphoria, to know that there's something beyond this physical realm to be explored and to be expanded upon. However, we got to know that within the mind's ability to tap into something greater, we can see things manifest in spaces that we never even fathomed before, right? So it's the mindset, it's the stress levels, right? So how do you eat healthy while being broke? By feeding the mind the best substance that you could possibly find until your physical paradigm presents itself the opportunities to scale your profits to where you could then correspond a better frequency or balance between both worlds, between the physical and the spiritual realm, which essentially is one and the same. They're not different. But we're going to talk about that in the future, like I said. And I keep touching on that. I guess it's on my front conscious right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, so right now, just keep your mindset strong. You know what I mean? If you're really dealing with that substance of how to get that situated, deal with the mind's focus. Focus the mind and know that it's mind over matter, right? So those hunger pains, those parasites is calling you, right? These are why these tonics, this is why detoxing periodically is also very beneficial, because with the detox, you're able to subsidize the levels of parasites that are craving and calling for certain things within your body's chemistry that 9 times out of 10 aren't the most befitting to you. You notice your hunger pains may be as strong as they would ever be at nighttime opposed to the daytime. Why is that? Because many parasites, there are certain parasites that literally come alive at night more readily than in the daytime, especially if you're a melanated being that don't groom to the fabric of a lot of these foreign invaders, based on the fact that you are a carbon fixtured being. You're based in light photonic strength. So your ability to connect to the solar realms of things, how the sun emits UVB and UVC levels, these are the things that you connect to, and you naturally have it moving through your bloodstream in that facility when you're healthy, right? But even in our old, listen, right now, Black people are at the most unhealthy state they've ever been on planet Earth. And we still fucking shit up. Pardon my French, but not pardon, because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But honestly and truly, we are the most proficient in the spaces that we are right now. And we're still at our worst. We're not at our healthiest. Right now, at the end of this Thanksgiving situation, you're gonna have high levels of high blood pressure probably, and diabetes probably somebody going to check into diabetes after them lemonade joints that I've been seeing, and Kool-Aid, and all the levels of poor sugars and salts. You know what I'm saying? Something gonna happen. A free radical gonna discharge somewhere within somebody's biochemistry, and within that space, they have to know that detox is necessity at that point to get the body back into a proper element. You know what I mean? So we gonna talk about something we still ain't tap into. I just kind of veered off a little bit, trying to get a little vibrant into that frequency real quick. And yeah. That was a good question though. Really open up the paradigm. Open up mode. Yellow howdy. I don't know how I feel about that greeting. Yellow howdy. That sounds like some shit. That's what's up. Peace. Green Mind. I like the name though. Green Mind. That's a powerful name. The mind gotta be green. What part of Jamaica are you from? Portland, Jamaica. I'm come from. Zimi. That's where my family's ascendants from, because we don't descend, but we just grow and we ascend. Portland, Port Antonio, Jamaica. Zimi. Mad. Oh. Comparison DNA, therefore promising their physicality. Correct. Yes. You know, at the end of the day, they are balanced within one another. You know, you can't overwhelm one and forget about the complete other. I fasted all day though. Today was a great day. I had no solid foods at all. It was a great day to fast and really get the energies correct, especially what was going on out here. You feel me? So what did y'all do for today? Ashe. Brian Childs, peace. Greater Portmore. Oh, a little bit still. Maybe that little youth and those things. Know what I mean? But I don't remember it too heavy like that. But I do know that I was living in Portmore for a little bit of time. Yes. But yeah, a lot of people not used to me live streaming on YouTube, so I'm trying to get it out there right now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get it out there. Woo! I never get used to that. Put that on everything I love. I never get used to that. Them herbs, man. Herbs are the eating of the nation. Or that them so though. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But either way, y'all, definitely look out for some powerful live streams in the future. We gonna get it in, man. We definitely gonna get it in. I'm gonna start getting more involved. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get it in. Happy Manslaughter Day. I just ran across that on Facebook. That's funny as hell. That's an absolute fact, man. What's there to celebrate about Thanksgiving, man? Nah, I think I'm gonna have to give this little dissertation on Facebook. On book, man. Word up. Word is bomb. Word is bomb. Your family. Your family. Yeah. Bitter for the soul. What you talking about, King? Neem leaf? Yeah, I actually just did a neem cleanse as well not too long ago. That neem journey is no joke. But I was more so cleansing the skin. It's great for the lymphatic system as well. Neem and peppermint. Great combination. We're gonna talk about that too though, for sure. But yeah, bitter is the better, right? You get the bitter situation. This right here is all bitter, all strong. It's crazy. But we love it. We love it. You know what I'm saying? This right here is yellow dock. burdock, sarsaparilla. Dope. For sure. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Where we at? Where we at? Who's watching? One more. But yeah, y'all. Make sure to keep your vibes high. I'm about to transition this bad boy over to the people before I hold this meditation tonight. I just want to pick up the family, say what's up to y'all. Here on YouTube land, look out for a lot of new live streams. We could call that getting your feet wet. Okay, grateful beginnings. Getting your feet wet, touching into the streams of Ascended here on YouTube. We're gonna have a good time, man. Just tap into different aspects. You don't know, so we gotta sit in the vibes proper, you know. System have the yardie them in here. So yeah, man. We have to do what we have to do. You hear that? Ah, cool. But yo, I hope y'all enjoying your night. Wherever y'all at, whatever y'all into right now. Let's keep the fit, right? For the men's high. And we definitely gonna talk. Nice, so your brother send it. If it's only 2 of y'all, 3 of y'all, listen. Y'all the first. Y'all the first before the pop off, man. I just got the. We're gonna be lit, so definitely look out. Stay tuned, all right? Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed as well. I will be putting out more recipes. The cookbook is dropping as well. You can check out iamascended.com as well for the jewels, the latest in crystals and vibrations and all that. Handcrafted by this guy right here. Yeah, and that's about it, huh? So it's cool. This live shit, I can get used to this. This is dope. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna get it in. All right. Peace.